Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to share lesson number 2 of what I learned over my first 1,000 trades. These 10 lessons and 10 videos are going to be a mixture of lessons of mindset, so things I learned about myself in terms of how I was approaching trading and my mindset towards trading. Some lessons are going to be about actual technicals, so things I thought I knew about trading, like the actual nitty gritty of it, and things I was mistaken about and assumptions I made about charting and technical analysis. So this specific lesson is about mindset and my outlook towards trading as a skill. Um, I feel like I have a long-term outlook, and in most cases, it keeps me patient for the most part. I didn't get into trading as a get-rich-quick scheme. I figured it was going to take a long time. I figured that most things that are difficult take time. And the lesson for me was that I think my mindset towards trading actually did a lot of harm to my day-to-day processes. So I think being long-term oriented and having a longer outlook made me patient, but it also made me complacent. And I think there are a lot of situations where I may have given up if I didn't feel like it needed to take 5 years or 10 years to make it. But at the same time, because I was so okay with it taking 5 to 10 years, every block of time, every day, every week, every month, I always gave myself a pass for not improving or not making the jumps I needed to. So if 2 or 3 months passed or 6 months passed and I feel like I haven't improved or I felt like I hadn't improved a lot, I would just say, well, this is a long-term game and it's going to take 5 or 10 years. So what's 6 months? That's just a small unit of time in the grand scheme of things. And that mindset, it kept me there. It kept me here. I'm still here, trying, but it also made me neglect some of the habits and some of the basic fundamental principles of trading because I didn't reflect enough about what needs to be done to get the results I want. And that long-term outlook, although it has a lot of benefits, for me personally, it also held me back, I think, because on a day-to-day basis, when I look back now after all that I've learned, I'm thinking what I did every day for the first 3 or 4 years was just not the right way to do it. Um, it wasn't. I think the main lesson is that I needed to be reflecting each day, each week, each month, each year about what is holding me back from reaching the ultimate goal. And if I haven't reached that goal yet, then what needs to change? And the answer for me was that I didn't have an edge. And I think it's so obvious now, but throughout the process, I'm thinking I'm taking a trade because it feels like it's profitable, or I've seen this work many times, or the principles are sound. And I would say that not necessarily knowing the principles entirely, but just the gist of it, it makes sense logically, or based on my general understanding of technicals. But what I really should have been saying is I can take this trade because I have an edge. And I couldn't say that honestly. I can't say, if someone said, prove to me that you have an edge, I couldn't do it because one, it wasn't being shown, it wasn't um, made evident by my results. But also, if someone said, show me this setup that you're taking, can you prove to me that this is a profitable setup? I couldn't do that. And if the essence of trading is to trade an edge, to have an edge, and I can't even show my edge, then I'm not trading. And so for me, the lesson was that one is to reflect constantly on are my actions today leading to the outcome that I want, and also to be aware and introspective about the process. And just because it's supposed to take 5 to 10 years doesn't mean that you can't focus on what needs to be done to get the results you want. And I think that was my biggest mistake. I kept saying, trust the process, or follow the process, or stay the course. And in my mind, stay the course, follow the process meant just keep going. There was no reflection, no analysis of, is what I'm doing going to give me the biggest ROI? Is it going to give me any ROI? Or is it just keeping busy, looking at charts, taking trades? I feel like the screen time, the idea of screen time is just a trap, because it traps you in that long-term outlook, and which has its benefits, as I mentioned, but it traps you in there and makes you feel like all solutions will come with time, just time alone, and not the hard work, not the analysis of what needs to be done to create change. And for me, the change that I feel is necessary for me now is to find that edge and quantify it. And that allows me, or that will allow me to trust the math and to be able to prove my edge. And then if something doesn't work out, then I can go to the numbers and find the solution. And so that's what I'm doing now. It's like the saying, be patient with results, but impatient with action. And I think before, I was just being patient with the results and doing the same thing over and over again. And now I feel like I'm finally being impatient with the actions, and still aware that it might take a while, and still being patient with the results. But I think both of those are necessary. And so that's my second lesson of 10. Thank you for watching, and I hope you find this helpful.